Healing and renewal are the messages of the Temperance card, the 14th card of the Major Arcana in the Tarot. Hello, my darlings. It's Jelly, and I am coming in today to talk about the Temperance card. This is the card that we received for the year of 2025 when I did the video 2025 Tarot predictions for the collective. The Temperance card, number 14, follows the Death card, number 13, in the Major Arcana cards of the Tarot. The Death card, we find ourselves at the end of a cycle or a situation that has come to completion and we are irrevocably changed. The Death card signals that a significant transformation is taking place. Then Temperance, number 14, or in some decks, the Art card, follows the Death card, number 13, symbolizing a time of integration of new elements and recreation through moderation. This year, on January 6th, when I sat down to make the video for my 2025 tarot predictions, and after I saw all the cards that were popping up each month, I was so relieved when the Temperance card came out for the overall theme card of the year. It made so much sense coming out of the holiday season when things are just sort of, out of control. We're eating too much. We're doing all the things. We're drinking too much. And then a lot of us roll into January, setting new intentions, changing our diet or exercise routine. And it was such a relief when the card of moderation and balance graced us with its presence. If you're randomly finding this video, welcome. These messages are meant for you, and you can trust that your higher self, your angels, your ancestors have guided you to these messages. If you've been following along and watched the video for my 2025 tarot predictions and have been ready for deeper dives into each of the cards, welcome back. And I am making these videos for you so that we can ride the waves of 2025 together with the support from the tarot. If you want to check out the predictions video for 2025 that I did for the collective, then please check out the link in the description box below. As promised, I will be making individual videos focusing on the particular cards each month as they appeared in the reading, and how we can work with them in real time. Okay, now let's get down to business. I will be reading about the Temperance card from some of my favorite tarot study books. I suggest that you take the information that serves you and leave the rest behind. If any information sparks emotion or triggers you, take note. There is deep medicine to be discovered there. First, I'm going to read from the Wild Unknown Tarot Guidebook. Kim Krantz, who is the artist that created this image, also wrote this book to go along with her cards, and I really like the simple explanation in her companion book that she designed. The great blue heron remains calm and peaceful as she blends the opposing elements of fire and water. The Temperance card asks you to be a moderator, much like the heron. Focus upon cooperation and compromise. If you've been excessive with one aspect of your life, practice self-restraint and moderation now. You'll find a new sense of healing and balance from bringing a little harmony back into your life. Pamela Akins offers this divinatory meaning for the Temperance card in her book, Tarot of the Spirit. I love this book. It is pretty esoteric and, A lot of this stuff is so symbolic and it goes through so many different traditions. And what I do love about this book is it really researches and brings to the forefront the history through all the traditions, especially Kabbalah traditions to the tarot. So it's very, very spiritual, fun book to read if you want to learn more about the tarot. So I'm just going to take little excerpts and wisdom from this next book for you. The astrological sign associated with Sagittarius is the half man, half horse centaur, signifying aspiration with a bow and arrow drawn and aiming towards the sky. So this card is associated with Sag and even Sag season. The fact that this is the card and the theme for the entire year means that we'll be using energies of temperance throughout the year, and boy are we going to need it. 2025 is already feeling so disruptive. Temperance is going to help us with that, staying balanced and hopefully finding some peace in all the chaos and the challenges that are ahead. It also could mean that around Sagittarius season, so late November, early to mid-December, we could be feeling a little extra. And that could be, we might need temperance even more in that time, or maybe we have achieved a really powerful centering practice, grounding practice, way to stay in moderation so that all of a sudden we don't find ourselves shaken around the holiday season and like falling off the wagon again, or we're going to need to lean into our temperance card more than ever to stay on track and not get thrown off what we've been working towards in 2025 in our own personal health regimen or our own personal relationship to balance and really tempering ourselves and staying in moderation, not being extreme. So the timeline on this definitely highlights Sagittarius season. The half man, half horse centaur signifies aspiration with the bow and arrow, and it's always drawn back tight and aiming towards the sky. And this really is symbolic of Sag's desire for deep understanding and divine communion, divine love. The essence of this card is the middle way is the key to happiness. In her words in Tarot of the Spirit, Temperance, you are coming to terms with excess. You modify all excessive behavior. Temperance is the force with which integrates and balances all things. 14, this card, is the great mediator. It is the activity of temperance, the activity of blending qualities that enable them to stay together in general. To temper means to attain the proper measure or mix. I always think of tempering chocolate when I think of temperance, how you want it to be just like this beautiful finish on the chocolate, a well-tempered chocolate, well mixed, well balanced, and also beautiful to see. And also you can relate it to losing your temper, right? Tempering your emotions so that you don't blow your top. And these blending of these elements, water and fire, really give us that message of blending these different elements in order to create something new. It means to regulate or do something suitable, desirable, fit, or free from excess. This is done by reducing and intensifying the mixing qualities. As you come to the 14th card, messages begin to surface in the light of your conscious mind from the dark of your subconscious realm. The message you receive at Temperance is one regarding a balanced state. You need to balance and consciously mingle those things in your life that seem contradictory. You need to center yourself between opposing forces and consciously temper or mediate your circumstances further. You must temper yourself in order to see clearly the past, the present, and the future of all your relationships. This applies to tempering your state of mind or disposition. Having faith, hope, and charity involves knowing that you are following the path of righteousness, moderation, and conscience. you will be able to purge the results of error and disease from the path of your soul. You will be reborn, and truth and clarity will melt away any further conflict when you give yourself over to follow the way of faith, hope, and charity. You will be empowered, so to speak, to abandon those material crutches that have kept you from operating in this place of weakness. The first step of internalizing faith, hope, and charity is to realize that it is the divine powers that cause temptation. The trials we pass are tests that temper our souls, making us better human beings. The challenge of temperance is to be centered and balanced like a gyroscope, continually righting itself in the mists of moving forces. The universe will always evolve and revolve. The only true stability results from continual adjustment and movement with the flow. The highest art of humanity is thus to continually adjust and compensate, always motivated by the highest and most conscious values. This is the art of temperance, to move with fluidity among the great and powerful forces of nature. In the Voyager Tarot, The Way of the Great Oracle by James Wainless, he actually replaces the Temperance card with the Art card. And he describes the 14th card of the Major Arcana as the law of creativity. Consider yourself an artist in all phases of life. Creativity is an alchemical art that first requires the dissolution or death of old forms. The separated new elements can then recombine into a higher synthesis. Combine, put together, integrate, synthesize. By weaving together the opposites, art becomes a creative and integrative process. It is creativity like the revolutionary Sagittarius. It's revolutionary because it weaves new elements together into a new dynamic wholeness. Art is a transformative archetype. By being creative, like the art archetype, you are recreated in the process. To be creative requires using all your inner resources. In that act, all the elements of your inner self are woven together. Create and become naturally whole and healed. Imagine, envision, dream. Use your natural physical aptitude to manifest ideas and inspirations. Act on your dreams. You possess a talent, a genius in art. Strive to be the creative artist in all domains: work, home, relationships, finances, and create through recreation. The world is your studio. Temperance is an alchemical process. When you look at this card, the opposite of fire and water combine to create a brand new element. Like the alchemist, you must combine elements, trying new mixtures repeatedly until you turn lead into gold. Find the middle way. Avoid being rash and impulsive. When you lose your temper or fall out of balance, choose to realign and come back into balance. This year, 2025, is going to give us plenty of things to try to throw us off track and cause us dis-ease, disharmony, and disillusion. Use the wisdom of the Temperance card. You are the creator of your life. Trust that as you build peace, balance, and equity within, you will create peace, balance, and equity in the outer world. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that these messages can carry us through 2025. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button to be the first to know when new content comes out on this channel. Please share this video with anyone you know who you think might be supported by these messages. Also, I love to hear from you. I love it when you leave a message in the comment or a question in the comment, and please know that I will respond. Check out the description box below for the full video of my 2025 tarot predictions. You will also find a link for the individual tarot cards for January and February in the description box. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.